Hey, you two. Y'all here? Happy Monday morning. Well, I guess what's the news today is apparently Fat Joe, who's a rapper, has a lot to say about this YouTube experience. So I have a few comments about this dude. First of all, Mr. Fat Joe, you are an ungrateful brother, right? There are a whole lot of people who feel like somebody coming on the stage and spitting 3 or 4 lines and a hook does not deserve to be making millions of dollars, right? You assume that we're supposed to hold you in some reverence because you can spit a couple of verses, right? Like probably a good portion of the United States of America, they can all spit a tune or two. It ain't that big a deal, brother. Y'all made it a big deal, and I'm not mad. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. All I'm saying is don't hate. Don't hate another man's thing, right? So I'm sure, Fat Joe, that a lot of people, a lot of real singers, a lot of R&B singers, people who have sang music for the last 500 or 600 years, right? Where singing meant something. Singing, the music industry was based on people singing and musicians, live musicians, right? I'm sure they would have quite a bit to say about how you and your style of art invaded their world and basically took over it, right? They probably said this nigga can't even sing because we valued singing as an art form, but nobody even heard of rap. I'm old enough to remember a time when there was no rap music, right? And when we came on there, we said, who are these? These are nobodies. They can't even sing. What are they doing? They don't play instruments. They don't sing. They just come and talk for a few minutes, and that's it. We're supposed to kiss their ass now and throw all this money at them so they can buy jewelry and drugs. What I'm saying is don't hate. Hey, people. Hi, Shirley Morrison, Gina, Kimberly White. I am Miss Red and Alfreda Gross. How y'all doing? Fraser Laurie. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like Fat Joe. Oh, I'm sure he's a talented man. I mean, but goddamn, be grateful. Be grateful. Just be grateful. If you've been blessed in your life and you've made success in your chosen profession, why are you hating on these people here because they're getting $300 or $400 a month? A lot of them get $300-400 a month, $1,000 a month, right? They're able to buy their kids something more than tuna fish. Why in the hell is that such a bother to you? He went on a rant, apparently. I don't know if it took place over the weekend, but Fat Joe is mad at the YouTubers. He says we're nobodies. We don't know nothing. We need to shut up and go sit down somewhere, right? Because we don't do a rap song. Is that it? So do you think these people who are rappers are smarter than the people who are on YouTube just across the board? Their opinion is more valuable than our opinion, even though they're high and drunk all the goddamn time. All they're singing about is killing people and carrying guns and shit and doing every kind of crime imaginable. You believe that that person is automatically more intelligent than the average person on YouTube? First of all, we have to look at what is this application? This is a talking application. It has nothing to do with rap music, right? That would suggest that you are the invader then, right? Because you came here to talk. And obviously, this is what you want to talk about. But what I'm saying is this. It's called YouTube. That means anybody who's able to fill out the simple little application. I mean, I guess it takes 15 minutes or so. Anybody who can talk can be on YouTube. That's why they call it YouTube. Nobody invited you to bring your ass over here and then take over YouTube. And they'll say that the people who are on YouTube are inadequate. They don't play no basketball. Why are they talking? Fat Joe, you've been blessed. Now, I've seen some of your biography. I know you done fucked off money more than once, but somehow or other, you rise. And again, you rise, right? Don't despise the man trying to make a living, trying to scratch by. He has an opinion just like you got an opinion. And because you can rap, that doesn't make your opinion more valuable to anybody else's opinion. It's called YouTube. It was made for us. It wasn't made for entertainers, right? And I got this story from what's that girl? Pretty T. Is her name Pretty T? What's the woman's name? Is her name Pretty T? Anyway, she was talking about the story. Then I went and saw that a lot of people talking about the story about Fat Joe and his disdain for YouTube. Now I don't know if this dude is trolling or not, because obviously when you come on here, you're talking this shit about YouTubers on YouTube. I mean, on a talking application, and all the people who you are insulting are people who have a channel to talk about people and to talk. So they're all going to respond to you. So is that trolling? I don't know. I'm just asking. But I do feel for a lot of R&B singers, entertainers who have put a lot of work into their careers, and then to have it taken up by these rappers, because no one can deny that this hip hop rap music dominates the music industry right now. But don't get so comfortable that you believe that that's the way it will always be, because as I said before, you guys weren't even acknowledged as legitimate entertainers. They went from the 60s, they had they had the tea room, what do you call them? The poets, right? And they would come and they would basically do what you do, except you do it to beats, to music. And a lot of times the beats is more significant than your actual words, right? But they had poets. Poets never made a lot of success, never a lot of money, but it was a legitimate art form, and I'm sure it still is somewhere. And then of course, music always dominated. Singing always dominated music, right? There was a time when rock and roll music dominated music. There was a time when R&B music dominated music, right? And then I'm sure those people have even a lower opinion of you than you have of us, right? They say, damn, he don't even move. He don't sing. He don't move. I mean, goddamn. I mean, I work hard for my money. And all he got to do is come on there and talk for a few minutes and say the same words over and over and over again and just come up with a clever hook. I'm just saying, you ain't doing all that, bro. It ain't like you would do the goddamn Obama or somebody. Let me think of some of the things he said. I'm going to say, as you go from content to song. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I am gay. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he's watching over Joe. Fat Joe, recently you did something that I think speaks to your character, when you're acknowledging Bishop Whitehead, this man who named himself a bishop and bought himself a bishop ring and called himself, and you are sponsoring him and taking him to the award shows and so forth. That kind of speaks to what you value, sir, right? Anyway, where was I at? What did Fat Joe say? He said we stupid. He implied that we were stupid. I only saw bits and pieces of his little rant, whatever. But I think it's a stupid thing to think you're going to come on to a talking application called YouTube for the everyday man, right? Where an everyday person can expound their own personality. You're not the only one funny or clever, Fat Joe, right? And everybody is just not listening to rap music. This is not a music application, sir. You can't just go bogart yourself in there and just take over something, right? All you rappers claim they're making all these millions of dollars. What the fuck are you going to come over here to YouTube for? Anyway, the girl T, she implied that he's becoming little more than a gossiper on YouTube. He's becoming a YouTuber himself, right? Which we would suggest, well, if you're making all this money in rap, how do you have time to be sitting around here with the peons with the people who don't know nothing, who don't accomplish nothing. So he thinks that only NBA stars and rappers, and I assume he means movie stars and all that kind of shit, should only be the people who have an opinion. No, find your own application. Take some of that money instead of buying chains with it and diamond rings and all this kind of shit, and start your own application. I mean, this is social media, man. There's all kind of sites here. Make your fortune and start your own thing instead of coming here and bogarting your way into this talking application like it belongs to you and not to us, right? So a lot of people on this planet, a lot of people have interesting personalities. A lot of people can sing who are not professional singers. A lot of people can tell jokes. A lot of people, just the average man, the average Joe. That's what happens here on YouTube, right? Now, last year, they were talking about all these celebrities coming in, going to take over YouTube. But it seems like now that the economy is moving again and they're not on lockdown, that a lot of these people just said, well, this is not worth my time, right? You even had an issue with the people getting Cash App. He said, oh, over there asking for Cash App. Cash over cash. Nigga, are you going to pay their rent? Average people they have bills, sir. Anyway. What y'all think, child? Even his Rolex interview was flat. He had a Rolex interview with Bishop Rolex. Lord have mercy, child. You would think you'd be grateful. Like, I don't know why you're attaching intelligence or the ability to give commentary to rappers of all people. What do you mean we're nobody? You ain't nobody either. Shit, you just spit a couple of verses that makes you somebody. You know, I've always thought that music, I mean, it's got to be one of the easiest things in the world, because basically a song is what, 3 minutes, 3-minute song, 3-4 minutes, right? And people will be singing that same song that you created. All the music I sing is old songs, right? But they'll be singing that shit 40 years later. And you have made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from it, right? So I believe my point is this. Let us do our own thing over here. It's our thing. Let us do what we want to do. You can't tell us who to sock it to. If they want to listen, maybe they will. Believe me, Joey, it ain't no big deal. Why don't you find your place and do your thing too? Don't you have a record company or something, bro? I mean, don't you produce other artists and so forth? To me, Fat Joe, listen to me. I was just watching this thing on Netflix called Spotify. I don't forget what the name of the actual thing is, but it's about Spotify and how these streaming services have come into these record companies and started playing all their music for free. So they no longer needed people no longer needed to buy CDs, right? Everything is for free. Now, I'm sure that there's a lot more to talk about in the music industry than what they're doing over here on YouTube, is what my point is, I think, right? Don't you guys got to go get out there and perform in order to make $1 in that music industry? The music industry just got raped and changed, but times are changing, sir, right? Nothing is forever. There was a song. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. I forget. Something about nothing lasts forever. Anyway. And it'll change again. But this is a time of social media when anybody who has a personality can get on YouTube. Now, most of these people will try it and find out, well, I really can't carry an audience, or I really don't have the time to do this, or this is not really that much fun for me. And they'll just, fade off or whatever. But there are a few who would cross 100,000 subscribers, 200,000, 300,000, then they're at 1 million subscribers. Then, frankly, they're probably in the same category as you as far as finance, right? Because we all know that when COVID came and you guys couldn't travel, y'all barely making it, right? If the only way you getting any money is by performing, and you can't perform because the government has closed down all performing venues right? You're probably broke. Now, obviously, things are opening up again. You can start making your money, right? But why are you over here complaining and bitching about it then? I don't understand it. You would begrudge me a couple $100. Oh, you got a cash? Yeah. Over here asking for cash. Yeah. Your ass gonna be asking for cash app if there's one more move in that goddamn music industry, honey. You know when the royalty checks stop rolling in. But since you were a producer, were you cashing in still, even though the performers weren't making shit? What y'all think on this story? I don't want to risk playing this stuff. I don't know these people. I don't know if they come after your channels or they try to copyright. They use my I don't know. We just talking. That was your father's signature solo. Which one was it? You say too, baby girl. Thank you. This also gets people like me who just want to sing a song, even though I can't sing at all. I can still come to my channel and chirp out a little tune if I want to. Fat Joe, why ain't singing for? He nobody. He ain't nothing. He went on and on and on. How people ain't nothing. How they ain't nobody. Child, what do you have? How you gonna determine what the fuck I am? I ain't nobody. You don't rap. You're living in this tiny world where you believe rapping is everything, brother, because that is your chosen occupation. But the whole world doesn't value your occupation. Some people don't listen to rap music. I don't. You know, I think some of the beats are cool. If I'm out in a club or something, it's nice to have a beat or whatever. I'm not hating on you. I think it's a great thing the way that that music has taken off. But you assume that means you're some kind of captain of industry or something, and most of us don't give a fuck about it. This is a talking application. Talking, right? And you know that there are people in your neighborhood who are funnier than you, who are more interesting than you, who were more learned than you, who are more spiritual than you. So why do you want to make sure that they don't have a voice? Because they do have a voice now in social media, right? So if you think it all comes down to $1, who makes the most money and all that kind of stuff, I would suggest just walking away from YouTube and go head on and do your thing, right? Excuse me. Hey. Oh. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, ding, ding. Oh, here I come. Oh, get your ass in there. Raising these children. Y'all forgive me, my pants and drawers are falling down. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got to take a cue from y'all. I haven't never heard any of his music, but I'm not an enthusiast about rap music. When I think about music, like most of us, we think about the music of our youth. When we were young, those songs, believe it or not, stick in your brain. So even when you get to be an old man, the people who are listening to rap music now will probably still listen to the same music. When you see an old guy all sharpened up and things, right? He's still listening to his R&B music. He's still listening to the music of his youth, right? So, what else did you say? Fat Joe needs to sit his big ass down somewhere. But they're fucking with people. They really resent the people making money. And then they don't give a fuck about people like me. I don't threaten shit, right? But some of these people, if they got a couple of million subscribers, they're making more money than these rappers, right? Because the only way these rappers are making money is if they get out and perform. Correct? They're not getting anything from their music at all. It's all free. Streaming services. So maybe that's where the resentment comes from. They feel like, oh, what is he doing? Why is he making money? Oh, what's he doing? He's talking, child. It's a talking application. The world has changed, Fat Joe, and it will continue to change, right? And this is what people are. I don't even watch television anymore. I just watch YouTube. Anything I want to see is right here on YouTube. And that's why you brought your ass over here. Right? But now you're going to go and make enemies out of everybody on YouTube. Right? Because a lot of people find that very insulting and disrespectful, Brother Fat Joe. He said, how you going to come over here to our house? Right? And I'm sure a lot of these singers, that's how they feel about you. All the records in the top 10. Can't even sing, can't dance. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ain't got no moves, no steps. You ain't got no moves. I remember they had all the doo-wop singers, right? They all had moves. Temptations, Shy Lights. All them groups, child. They had moves and steps. Over there hating. Stop the hate. But you want the whole society to accept that you're supposed to be talking about killing people and shooting them in their kneecaps and bitch better get my money and backing that ass up and all this kind of shit, right? You want to be paid for that and you want to be paid in excess for that, right? I'm just saying, it ain't all that, bro. You're not doing all that. I have learned a lot about the homosexual experience. As power bottoms, trade, bathhouses. Love you, Uncle Tim. You learned about the power bottoms? Oh, you must be over there with Jay Wilson. Oh, okay. You can get testimony, girl. I see that fool went over there and insulted Rick Reed. Right. And you have to wonder, why did they do it to themselves, honey? Are they that desperate for clicks and views? Now, he knows that Rick Reed will come over here and knock him in his head, right? And Jay Wilson ain't going to say shit. He don't want that. He may think he want it in the moment, but he don't want none of that. The last time Rick had to say a few words to him, he just shut it down right then. The last thing in the world he wants to do is be beefing with Rick Reed. But he's still over there running his mouth. And I see Reed has the video up already, a couple of hours. It don't take that long. It's social media, child. All they got to do is say, guess who over there talking shit about you? That's all it takes, baby. Well, okay, and then I'm thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. And I'm glad you're learning about these power bottoms and trade and bathhouses. That way, when you're dating the man and he starts saying certain key things, you know what the hell he's talking about. Oh, really? Maybe the bathhouse is a thing of the past. Well, in most places, they shut them down here back in the 80s. Now, boy, were those the days. Y'all have any other opinion about this stuff? I'm looking for his story. I couldn't find the original, but if you go to, is her name? What's that girl's name? Pretty T? What's the girl? Is it Pretty T or some other T? She's a big YouTuber. I think she's got about 1 million subscribers. Y'all know. Please tell me. Lovely T. I knew it was some kind of T. Lovely T is doing this story on him. But if you put in your search in your search engine, Fat Joe, this is YouTubers, you'll get a whole lot of people who got a few things to say. Fat Joe is washed up. We not checking for him. Oh no, is that what the problem is? He's how he said, these people ain't no stars. They ain't no stars. Yeah, they make more money than you by talking on YouTube. Now we got to be fair. I'm sure that a lot of these people who do not like their particular entertainment, they probably have resentment because anybody can get on here and give their opinion about some of their work, right? Like these critics have been any kinder or any nicer. Professional critics are not being nice to people like Fat Joe, right? So I don't know why you expect better from us. People are just telling you their opinion, man. Most are being honest about how they feel about something. But if it bothers you, man, if thine eyes and ears offend thee, pluck them out. In other words, just go away, do something else. You ain't got to come on here. And it's not just YouTube, but I mean social media. That include TikTok and Facebook, and all the other ones. People are able to talk now. And I think that's why it's going to accelerate the way the world changes, right? Now we know about some of this abuse that's been going on in his churches. You know, that all started blowing up a couple years ago when they were fighting for gay marriage and all that. But we're able to see all the hatred, right? And these cell phones and all the stories with all this police brutality and all these black people being killed. A lot of that came about because of social media spreading the stories and because of these goddamn cell phones. And there are cameras all over the place, right? So anything you want to know is right here on social media, right? So you just have to allow that Fat Joe go back and make some more music. Go make some more records. That's what you need to be doing. Now we know there ain't nobody listening to no 50, 60-year-old rappers. So we understand your plight. We understand your resentment. And it's great if you want to just come and get yourself a YouTube channel. You can review music. You can do that. There's all kind of things you can talk about. You can talk about how these people don't buy your CDs no more because they get it all for free, or all these streaming services and shit. There's all kind of stuff you could talk about, brother. But don't come over here insulting the people if you don't move your ass up in their house. Listening by walking my... Oh, you walking your poodle? Ronnie Q. You got a poodle? Oh, Lord. I always thought of poodles as being little bitty dogs, little lap dogs like my dog, right? But no, them tall poodles, them long ass legs, oh, they're beautiful. These show dogs. We have a couple of them in the park, but they got the little hairdo and the ears are trimmed. They got hair on the end of the tail. They got this part is shaved, but they get the fuzzy arms. They're gorgeous. Mm. Are you just saying your doggy? Hi, Tashana J. Mm-hmm. You got the coins. Yeah, brother man's over there tearing that ass up, child. Tearing that Jay Wilson, dumb bastard. Lord, I just don't understand these people. I don't understand them. He's friends with Whitehead, apparently. Yes, he took Whitehead to the BET Awards, right? He's taking pictures with Whitehead and all that. That speaks to your judgment, Fat Joe. While the rest of the world laughed at this dude, Brother Whitehead, or calls himself Bishop Whitehead, you choose to befriend him. So is that what you want on YouTube? Because he's coming too. You can only preach to 11 people, 12 people for so long. So when he got robbed and he got a little dose of this social media attention, all of a sudden now he's all over social media. This man then had about 5 press conferences. Who has 5 press conferences because they got robbed? I'm just saying. This thing is addictive. So he's doing all his sermons now are online. I guess he shut the little church down. Fat Joe. So are we to assume now that he's a YouTube bishop? Mm-hmm. That's all he had in his church, girl. It's hard to try to have a front smiling saying you have millions and millions of dollars, you can buy Rolls Royces and all this shit, and then you ain't got but 11 people watching you. Every time they show you the camera in your church, you never see more 11, 12 people. Even if they fill the damn thing up, you ain't got but 25 chairs set up, right? But that's supposed to be your front. That's how you explain your money to the IRS. But it's all good with Fat Joe. There is only room on YouTube for one pastor, Jay Wilson. Kenita Russell is Jay Wilson. He's the pastor. That is the least spiritual person on YouTube, child. Don't know what the hell you talking about. He is the meanest, nastiest person on YouTube, on beef sector anyway. No empathy, no sympathy, no nothing, child. Laughing at the parishioners. Talking about how everybody poor. Yet he got his ass on here morning, noon, and night. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need this. I got to go back over there and listen to some more Reed. Get in that ass. Jay Wilson is certainly no passer, but neither is Whitehead. They about the same. If Wilson would have ever been able to con his way into a church or had enough sense to realize you got to make your own church and build your own church, he'd be just like Whitehead. You get him a purple suit, come on here, start begging. He did try that, didn't work. He said I'm too busy to get the sermon today. I'm too busy. And there she over here, full for both feet up in the mess. You got no time for God, but you got plenty of time for the mess. Gossip. It's lucrative. It's very lucrative. Not you, Jay Wilson. And Fat Joe is not talking about you, Jay Wilson. Fat Joe is talking about people who actually make a living on YouTube. That's what he resents, apparently. He thinks they're not worthy and they are not deserving because they don't sing rap music, I guess. Right? But it ain't got nothing to do with you. People with 6,000 subscribers, I mean, you're not even acknowledged. Yeah, you're the one talking about money all the time, girl. All this money I'm making. Ooh, I'm getting a coin from it. Ooh, I'm getting up. What would you do, Jay Wilson, if you did have 100,000 subscribers? You'd probably lose your mind, right? It's because you're pitiful. And you've been raised in poverty, girl. And so for you, when you get your little AdSense check, you think you're really doing something, girl. You're the man. You'd have did better to sell 3 bags of weed, nigga. That'd be more profit than that, girl. Jay Wilson, leave them pills alone, the people say. Hey, Wilson, leave them pills alone. All in all, it's just another crick in your liver. Boom, 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 boom. All in all, it's just another kick in your heart. He said the doctor told him he's supposed to be on lisinopril. He's supposed to be on high blood pressure medication. So he told himself that, oh, no, I just need to lose the weight. So he just went to the diet pills, fuck what the doctor said, right? Ain't gonna come up here and brag about how you are bucking the doctor. When they lay your punk ass out, girl, you be sitting there, I did it my way. The record shows I took those blows. I bit it up and spit it out. I did it my way. And they buried your ass. Ask yourself, Jay Wilson, was Kevin Samuels, was that a fat man? I'm just asking you a simple question. You said that your high blood pressure was controlled only because you were overweight, right? So you decided to take handfuls of appetite suppressants and stimulants. That's why you're jumping all over the place. You decided that was the way to go. You just had to lose the weight. You made this diagnosis on yourself. You self-diagnosed, right? But I'm just asking you, was Kevin Samuels fat? Wasn't he tall and skinny? You saw the fancy suits. He always looked tall and slim, right? So is it, can you still have high blood pressure and be smaller? I'm just saying. Allegedly. Allegedly. He is running a show over there. He said yes. This is from Kanita Russell. Does Jay Wilson really think he's running a show over there? My 9-year-old makes more money than him per hour by selling snacks to his friends. Lord have mercy. Good point, Kanita Russell. My show. Nigga, a show is a production. Where are your grips? Where are your backdrops? Where are your productions and your scripts, girl? Since you have a show. You don't have no show, Jay Wilson, you fucking idiot. What you is doing is you is showing us that you've been piss poor your whole life. You've lived from student loan to student loan to student loan, girl. And you have never gotten past that, girl. And every job you've ever had in your life, you might have had a lot of them, but they've all been very short term. They've barely covered your nut being your bills, right? That's it, Jay Wilson. You've never gotten past that, girl. That's why you have abandoned the job now. You're not even looking for a job. You ain't even mentioned looking for no job now, right? You've convinced yourself that AdSense is now your job, but you're not honest enough person to say that I'm a YouTuber, right? Keep it simple. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need this. They just give. They just want to give. Fat Joe should look at your ass. He have commercials. Ain't that a bitch? How you gonna brag about commercials on YouTube, child? Everybody gets commercials. Like your commercials are so special, girl. I'm putting in my commercials. I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all. Give me just give. Just give. A ball of confusion. He's just a ball of confusion. People running out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of the skin. Work, work, work. But he can't hide. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother. Rap on. The only man preaching about love, man, brother, is the preacher. And you see, nobody's interested in learning about the teacher. Okay, here comes the rap, Fat Joe. Just a ball of confusion. Running the show. Ain't that a bitch? Nigga won't even move out of there. Why don't you move out of there with that tired ass picture, girl? God damn, Jay Wilson. And go shopping. Don't go shopping and put more rags on your fat ass, girl. You're gonna be fat by Christmas, girl. You ain't gonna be able to wear none of them clothes that you're buying. Right? Why don't you go ahead and invest and get yourself? You can have a studio. You say you got all this house and all these rooms and shit. You can have a room that's a studio. You can set it up like Armand Wiggins, somebody, child. Do something for your show. Your show, nigga. What else going on? Rap on, brother. Rap on. I realize that a lot of y'all are much younger than me. Y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about with these musics. Let me see. I don't know anything about other music. I'm sure I've heard it. You know, you've heard, but never have I had these people y'all call celebrities these days. I don't even know who they are. Tell you the truth. The only reason I know that they're even successful is because they got these damn diamonds and shit dripping all up. They got, and everything they earn, they got around their neck, you know. But as Larry Reed said, some of them diamonds look kind of cloudy. I'm late. Hello, everyone. Hi, Annette. Annette Lance. When does Jay Wilson have time to work? He be on YouTube morning, noon, and night. It's the Truth Bubbles. And never honest about anything, child. And he talk about I think Rick was saying all we do on here on in the beef sector at least is say the same thing. Everybody who goes off on each other and all this arguing and all this stuff, we say the same thing. It's like we're just locking these ideas into your head. But you'll notice that when we talk about each other, people know exactly. They can pinpoint the video where you said it and so forth. Like it's like a secular. It's secular. But we say the same thing over and over again. Jay Wilson gives a new meaning to saying the same thing over and over again. This nigga is still talking about my lovely teeth. I got a nice smile. For 4.5 years, he's been talking about my teeth, girl. He ain't come up with nothing new. He says the same thing over and over and over again. Now, I'm not lying to you. There have been times when I listened to the beginning of the video, and I only go there for ammunition, and I will leave YouTube, go and get myself a burrito or hamburger, right? Be gone for an hour, come back to my house, and this nigga is saying the exact same thing he was saying when I left, right? You see, when you do things for a coin, it's just a matter of being on. So people with these long ass introductions, they just say, "Oh, I'm on longer. I'm on longer." But girl, how long people gonna watch that? Aren't we all red balling? Anyway, mhm. How is Brother Whitehead doing? Is he okay? Y'all checked on him? See, he gonna disappear, and he gonna throw some more meat on because he enjoyed that little moment when people were talking about him, right? I don't know if he's going to arrange a robbery or what the hell he's going to do, but he's going to get his ass back in the news, right? Because we saw how happy it made him. All them damn press conferences and all this shit, all them videos, and he going to sue this one for 20 million, sue that one for 20 million. And he was determined to stay. He's not going to accept just sitting back in that room by himself, right? Or going down to that church with 11 and 12 people. He's hooked. Mm-hmm. Just listen to him talk. Yeah, I can't do it very long, Sandra. I try to sneak in and get me some more material for today because that's the thing about Wilson. He says something stupid every few minutes, right? So if you ever want content that you do, all I do is go over there, girl. I'm not trying to start beefs with people, but I just know he's going to say something that offends me. Mm-hmm. He's Professor Moriarty. Mm-hmm. That voice can be sometimes that voice you can't deal with the voice though. Mm-hmm. Putting my commercials in, girl. We all convinced that you put your commercials in. How long does that take to put a commercial in? It's just one tap, girl. What is that? How's that conversation? Let me see. Anything else going on, peoples? I just thought I'd come and do my perimeter check. Make sure there ain't no hot gossip, no juiciness over here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I see Rick is still getting in that ass. Okay. I don't see anything interesting, people. But you know we'll come back. It's Monday morning, baby. Mm-hmm. Bathing with Rico. Rico! Hold the hell on. Bathing with him. Oh, Rico's order. He does his commentary from the bathtub. Lord have mercy, child. Clicks and views. Clicks and views. Okay, y'all know I'm not messing with Miss Friday right now, but apparently the story is that she has contacted Demi did it, and what's the mother's name? Oh, damn it, my memory. Anyway, the two ladies, Demi did it, and her mother. She has contacted. We'll come back in a minute. She has contacted them, and she wants them to go on TV show Judge Joe Mathis with her. I think she did the same thing with VS. She right. She wants to carry her YouTube beefs on to Judge Mathis, right? And apparently the ladies have declined. They said, no, we're not doing anything to help you or support you, honey. We're not hurting for dollars, right? We have a hair business, a real one where we make money. So we don't have the desperation. No, thank you. But she's gonna find somebody to go on that show with her. It's gonna be a real beef or that other. We don't know. But apparently that's the story. Five Baby has contacted the Judge Joe Mathis. Don't he have a new show? Isn't that the one that just came out and he's got his whole family on a reality show? So he actually still has these court cases, Are they on TV? I don't know. About Brother Joe. She don't want to get on his bad side though, because isn't that the one that read the shit out of Wendy Williams? They had one phone call. Honey, he must have tore her ass up about that cocaine addiction. And then we all learned from recent events that indeed she's had this addiction. She's been working with it. I never know what to say about people in addiction. You know, I know I understand addiction and how hard it is and so forth. But when you're living your life publicly, I never know what to say. All we can say, pray for the woman, and what else can you do? She's out of rehab again, apparently. She didn't stay for her full 6 weeks, I think. Although I don't think 6 weeks really changes your life. There are drug programs you can go into for a year, right? But a lot of them are they're just basically detox. So I've been to programs where you're supposed to go. One time I was in LA, I went to the drug program, and the urge came back on me. So I jumped out the second story window to escape from the program, right? And then the man said, "You could have killed the man in charge of the program. You could have killed yourself. Why would you jump out the goddamn window? The door is wide open." Anyway. So then my adventures later on in life, they have 30-day programs. Those usually charge you. And what they basically do is take you off the street. In other words, you can't get high. That's it. You can't change a life in 30 days, but you can just get them away from drugs long enough for them to make an intelligent decision. Apparently she signed up for a 90-day program. That was the last one I did, was 90-day program. And she didn't finish it. It's always bad when you don't finish the program. It's just a commitment to stick to something, particularly when you have the eyes of the whole world on you. Hi, Rhonda McGee. She want me to sing. Change, oh, change has come over me. He changed my life, and now I'm free. He washed away all my sin, and he made me whole. He changed. Isn't that a beautiful song? Some of the girls are saying, "Oh no, not another song." They used to send me letters and notes and things, girl. Please, anything but the singing, girl. They hold their purse, girl. Oh, he gonna sing. Baby, y'all sing too. Y'all sing in y'all shower. Be free, baby. Are you fighting the flu, Tashana? Talk to you later. I'm fighting the flu and looking at the screen, making it worse. Okay. Probably my voice is making it worse, Tashana. Go ahead and lay down, rest and relax. Leah Cat Eyes, you got a sponsor and working your steps. That's good. Yeah, I don't use 12-step program, but I certainly have. I think it's the best program out there, at least to begin with. You know, eventually, you figure, well, I need to get some therapy, or I just need to be in my church, I need to get involved, kind of things like that. But initially, I think 12-step program is a great program. And it's all about your spiritual life, your spiritual condition, right? What's it going to take for you to understand that there's a spiritual world? You can trust in that spiritual world to keep you clean, right? So they're doing the same thing. But you'll see people a lot of people in church, they give all of the credit to God, right? But when you go to 12-step, they'll say, well, the program saved my life. But that's the 12 steps to a better understanding of your relationship with God. So it's all the same, So good for you, Leah Cat Eyes. Stick with it. Stick and stay. Don't be like Whitney Williams. That poor girl gonna kill herself. It's sad. Kenita Russell, there is a troll on me. So there's another Kenita Russell. What are the identifying marks? Kenita, did you say, do you think she will relapse then? That would be terrible. Is that you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate when they do this shit. They use your picture and your name. Yes, that's you. Okay. How you doing? I thought imitation was the ultimate form of flattery. Who's imitating somebody? Leah, good for you. Okay, Leah. Imitation. Mm-hmm. I tried 12-step when I'm at 25 years old, and then it was just about alcohol. And for the next 3 years, so I was 28, I was pretty much clean. I had a couple of relapses for lasted a few days, but basically I was clean in my 20s. But then when I hit that hard drug, honey, 15 years clean. Oh, you're 15 years? Oh, you're not no newcomer. Okay. Yeah, ain't nobody mad at 12-step, honey. I volunteered for 17 years at the Castro Country Club, which is like a Alano club for people. Everybody was in 12-step except me, you know. So just find community wherever you can. 15 years is fantastic. I'm at 20 myself, 20 or 21. I think October's 21 now. I've been saying 20 for a long time. I got to check my dates. Same picking up. Oh, you was a meth addict too? Ain't that stuff something? That shit a mess. Yeah. I mean, you know, we like it when we're in it, mostly because we're just high, you know. You see people on the street that they don't know that they're miserable. We're looking to a damn shame. Ain't that pitiful and all that? But they ain't feeling that way. Not if they're loaded. That's what keeps you. Thank you, Leah. Yeah, God bless. God can do it though, honey. Won't he do it? So did. Delivered me, honey. God deliver me. Well, all I seem to do is hurt me. Hurt me. This should break out. God. Don't let me try. Let me do it. Let me do it to Lindia. God has definitely delivered me. Pick up Meth Monster. I tried to tell the story in as honest way as I could about the whole experience, honey. Not only about just drugs, but you know, drugs take over. They take over, and they just steal your youth. Is my biggest issue. They take your time from you. When I see these young people on the street, and sometimes if you actually look at their face beyond the dirt and all the hair and all this kind of stuff, you say that person could be more than 20 years old, 20, 21 years old, you know. Started doing drugs in high school or whatever. And people get lost. This shit is addictive, honey. Ed Gee, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. You're part of my 15%. My analytics yesterday, a couple of days ago, said it's 15% men and 85% women in here. Right? All are welcome. Look at your comment, Bubbles. Okay. Drug users seem to look down on people that drink. Drug users seem to look down on people that drink. Not necessarily. It's just about what kind of person you are. I don't draw any big, huge difference, to tell you the truth. If you're took on alcohol as a drug, it just because it's legal don't make it any less dangerous. I mean, if you go down the Skid Row, you'll see that alcohol can do more harm than any other drug I can think of, or just as bad. It's just another drug. It's just your drug of choice. But alcohol ain't no better than drugs, honey. Shit. There are people who do cocaine, you know, they always, oh, you're a drug addict. You child, you know what was going on in the 80s and 90s with cocaine in Hollywood? Some of your biggest stars were hooked on coke, you know. A lot of people hooked on alcohol, they drunks, honey. They come clean and they tell you. All that time you saw me, I was drunk. So I don't see any big difference, to be honest. I identified myself as alcoholic at 25 years old. Now, I never had alcohol in the house. I didn't drink at home. Me or my lover never drank at home. But we stayed in the bars in our early 20s. It was an exciting time. It got out of control. And when we broke up, I had to turn myself in to Alcoholics Anonymous. But that being hooked there, it was not much different than being hooked on drugs. Hooked is hooked. And be careful with all these prescription drugs as well. Anytime you're hooked on anything, shit. Ask some of these gamblers. They lost everything over and over and over. This time's gonna be different. This time's gonna be different. You see their ass sitting at a table in Vegas. You don't want to be hooked on nothing. You did cocaine. It didn't like it, made me sick. Yeah, I tried cocaine. It wasn't my thing. You know, you got to like what it is in order to do it long enough to get hooked on it. Right. But I think it's cool. I mean, they're legalizing marijuana. People are accepting that is no different than drinking wine. It's just a matter of, do you abuse it? Right. Not everybody who drinks wine is a wino. The majority, probably 90% of the people who drink wine are not winos. But a few fall through. They become drunks. Right. So even if you smoke marijuana, you don't, I mean, that don't mean be high all the damn time. Or, you know, you're just a drug addict. Shit, it don't make no difference if it's legal. There's another one that will steal your youth because you just, I mean, everything seems fine. So you become less ambitious, I think, on marijuana is the biggest thing. Weed makes me lose track of time. That's true. It also makes you like your Uncle Tim, where you're always saying, what was I talking about? In mid-sentence. Right? But just don't go past, just, you know, just stay away from hard drugs. That's what I'd say. Ain't nothing wrong with a little wine. Hell, I'm jealous. I wish I could just drink a little wine or just smoke weed. But I've just proven to myself that I can't do it. Some people can, I can't. That don't mean I call myself a drug addict. As far as I'm concerned, if I ain't did drugs in 20 years, I am not calling myself a drug addict. I don't give a damn what to say. People can call themselves whatever they want to call themselves. Those pretty lips. Don't hate, Jay Wilson. Don't hate, bitch. Gambling destroyed a lot of gambling. Your gambling is real bad, honey. It sure is. If you're really hooked on gambling, I learned that as a 19-year-old boy. I'll never do it again. I did play spades in prison, but then all you could do is lose a soup. Everything we did everything for soups. So a soup is 25 cents at it. That's the only time I gambled as an adult. I bet you 3 soups. And a lot of people were doing other things for soups. If you catch my meaning, 25 cents. Well, maybe they get 4 soups. That's $1. Turning tricks for $1, girl. Who is his name? Mookie Mook. I never seen you before, Mookie Mook. Am I single? Yep. For many, many moons. My partner died 37 years ago, right before I got to San Francisco. In my using years, I had a boyfriend for 8 years, but it wasn't really real. He was more like he's like trade. I'm sure he considered me to be his best friend, but for me, he was my lover. So, I guess a boyfriend or something like that. But my only real love, he died right before I got to San Francisco. We don't get that many, baby. If you have one, work at it. As long as he ain't putting his hands on you. Or visiting all the ladies in the neighborhood, if you get my meaning. Hi, Marie B. Thank you for super chat. Finally got a chance to listen to Math Monster. Oh, you did? Did you enjoy it? That's nice. That makes my day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my true story, honey. I ended it when I got clean. But as we said at the end of that book, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. Still here, still clean, still sane. Mm-hmm. Thank you again, Marie. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Hi, Soul Sister Number One Show. Did I speak? I don't even know if I spoke to people. Turning tricks for a soup. Girl, it's bad up in there. They call it bar service. She over there giving bar service. 2 soups. I shouldn't laugh at the children. That's the way it was, baby. It used to be cigarettes. You could do it for a cigarette, but they banned cigarettes in the prison system. Cigarettes went from being $8 a can. They used to have canned tobacco. You have to roll your own cigarettes. They went from $8 a can. Then when they banned them, and you had to, people just use whatever they had, they went to $100 a can. So those were only for people, drug dealers and so forth, who had people on the outside. Honey. Ain't nobody paying no $100 for no roll 'em ups. You didn't know I was gay? Oh, come on. That's impossible, Kanitha Russell. I've been gay a lifetime. My story's a little different than Jay Wilson. I came out at 19, not 50. That's the troll, Kanitha? Okay. Yeah, I figure you've been around long enough to know that. I'm after one video, Also, the troll is right beside you? Oh, shit. Why are you doing that, troll? Why are you doing that to Kanitha Russell? Be yourself, baby. If you're going to put the time in being on social media, you should at least get credit for it. Anyway, people. So the story today was Fat Joe and his disdain for the YouTubers. So now we know. So Fat Joe, I hope you get you a few videos out of this. I see you've already got 10 or 12 people bitching at you. So maybe that's the point. Y'all have a wonderful week. Starting Monday. Have a wonderful Monday. And we'll talk to you later. Bye, people.